Today I am welcoming two new members to my garden. This I got at Home Depot, two of them, and these are plum trees. I'm not certain. Let's see, it says Prunus domestica, so I don't know if that is the variety. I'm assuming so. They're both the same thing. So I have one here and I have the other about 8 feet apart. It will be interesting to see how these guys perform. They were flowering when I bought them, but the flowers has died back. I don't see any sign of leaves coming out on them yet, so I don't know how they are doing. Only time will tell. The good thing about these plum in relation to where they're planted is that these grow upright as opposed to spreading out diagonally. So I'm happy for that, because my husband decided to plant them in the location where I usually plant my corns. So now my corn space is restricted, but that is fine because these are perennials. We can have them, provided they survive the first winter, we can have them for decades. Whereas sometimes you plant the corns and you get a lot or a little from it, but these are perennial, so it's nice to have them. I'm still left with quite a bit of space in between though, because there are my two apple trees and then here are my plum trees. So I still have a bit of space for now that I can plant my corns in between. And look, they're starting to produce their leaves, so I'm quite excited. I can't wait to see how these apples are going to perform this year. Last year I had a bumper crop of apples, so it will be interesting to see. I don't think we're going to have that much this year because everything goes in a cycle, and last year was that year for the bumper crop of apples. And I have my garlic. They are germinating. My potatoes, my red Norland potatoes, are coming up. I have more garlic in here and those are coming up as well. My garlic all around seem to be doing pretty well, so I'm quite excited for that. So all of these beds have, with the exception of this one, I'm going to be putting purple Japanese yam in here, but all of these other beds have red Norland potatoes in them, including these ones and including those white beds over there. Now look at this. I'm quite excited to see this. Here, in here, all those little green that you see there, and over here, all of those are lettuces that I did not plant. Quite a lot of them, because what happened is that last year I was planning to harvest the seeds. I did harvest a bit of the seeds, but not a lot, and I don't know where the seeds went. And I didn't have any more of these seeds because I planted them all out last year, so I was concerned about, oh my goodness, I didn't have any, and I didn't really remember that I don't have any until after I planted out all the other lettuce, and I'm like, oh, the green leafy one is missing. So I'm quite excited because now I have these. So when the lettuce last year grew and I allow it to go into seeding for the seeds, a lot of the seeds get blown about. I did not have any lettuce in this bed because this bed is just for green onions and brassicas. So I didn't have any lettuce in here, but the seeds get blown about, and so now Look at that. I have so many. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing with all that lettuce, but I am quite excited. I can't wait for them to get big enough for me to transplant them. Some of these are going to be going in my kids' garden, so they're going to be happy about that too. And you know, I did something I don't usually do since I started keeping records of my garden. I sowed my seeds, and for the life of me, these seeds that are sown in these buckets, I can't remember what they are. I don't know if they are lettuces or if they are brassicas, but I know there would be one of the two because this is the south side and that's what I decided to plant over here. I do have onions and garlics growing in these buckets as well, but I can see that whatever it is that I have in here, they're starting to germinate. I'm trying to see if these are actually carrots, and if they're carrots, it would mean that they are the multicolored ones. They do look like carrots, but I'm not certain just yet, so I'm keeping an eye out to see exactly what they are. But anyway, whatever it is, I don't really care. I'm just excited that they're starting to germinate. Our growing season hasn't officially begun yet, except for cool weather crops. So those are all that I have planted outdoors. And I've actually transplanted a few of my potatoes. I don't know if you remember that video where I show my potatoes that I harvested last year decided to go wild. Yeah, so yes, yesterday I transplanted these. I had to cover them though because the temperature was going down to 2 degrees and felt like -3, so I had to cover them. They don't look as happy as they did before, but they're still doing pretty well. So I was about to transplant the rest, and then I realized that it's too hot. Well, it could be that I am the one who is too hot because I'm wearing a bunny hug. Yeah, so I'm gonna be transplanting them a little later in the evening. But so far I'm quite pleased with the things that are germinating in the garden. I can't wait to get the rest of my plants out here. Anyway, I'm just giving you an update on what's happening in my garden. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more updates on what's going on in my garden, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up. You can leave a comment in the section below. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, a time for grow.